Michael, we were kind of joking a little bit earlier about their slate of games, Boggle, Pictionary, Trivial Pursuit. But I don't know, Pictionary, I mean, if you got a family and you want to gather around the TV, I guess that's as good as gathering around the old school boards that we used to gather around. Is it not?
It is. Look, their strategy is very clearly to offer, games that the lowest common denominator on Netflix want to play. So that's kind of the old Disney Channel strategy, family friendly, only all G and PG rated. But if you look at Netflix, film and TV, they offer anime. They offer documentary, they offer LGBTQ, which each have, niche audiences and appeal to different people. I think the way for them to succeed in games is to do the same thing. And what they found the last couple of years is it's really expensive to do that. So they're going cheap and casual. And I think they're making the mistake of trying to own as much of it as they can. They're kind of not leaning into third-party titles that are available elsewhere. That I think is the ultimate solution for them, and they have a really good guy in charge of games. He'll figure it out eventually, but I frankly think Greg Peters might be an impediment rather than the person that's going to get this strategy ultimately executed.
We'll talk a little bit more about that, particularly on the cost side, because as you know, video games, at least the big ones, are really expensive to produce. We've been talking behind the scenes on the show about whenever GTA 6 comes out, and I think the multiple billions it seemed to have spent just developing that. This was never a company that was a stranger to spending a lot of money on scripted TV content. Why do you think they're so reticent to do that with games?
It's born from their absolute fixation on exclusivity. And so the reason things are really expensive for them is because they think if they put a game on Netflix, it has to only be available on Netflix. And that wasn't true with some of their more popular games like Grand Theft Auto. But that's been their strategy on movies and TV. They want exclusives all the time. That's the wrong strategy. Sarah was wrong when she said Netflix is not a tech company. They're very much a tech company. You said in your lead into this piece, they're trying to offer games on connected TVs. That's pretty heavy lifting for tech. I mean, that's really a big deal. And they're going to succeed. I mean, they can do it now, and they're going to do it really well.
Right.
What Netflix needs to do is look at itself the way Apple looks at iOS. Apple doesn't own anything on iOS. No apps, nothing, no games. And yet, that's where all our games are. That's where all our apps are. Netflix needs to think about the platform that is Netflix and add games to it, which means third-party content. Why is Candy Crush not on Netflix? Should be, but it's not. Why is Fortnite not on Netflix? It could be, it should be, but it's not. And I promise you, if Netflix went to Fortnite and to Candy Crush and said, we'll give you the same terms as iOS, they would be there. So once Netflix starts thinking of itself as a portal and it offers to these game companies the ability for people in their homes who don't have a PC or a console to play games on their TV through an internet connection, Netflix wins. They're gonna win.
Right.
And it's because they're a tech company that can pull that off. They just have to think outside the box, and right now they think very much inside the box.
Well,